Today is 11/11. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in on this very special and interesting day. As you know, I had dedicated some content to talking about the 7 chakra systems that we all have and we all have access to and we can all work with. But today I decided to discuss another chakra. This chakra is not located within your actual physical body. It's more within your etheric body, if you understand what that means, or it is within your auric field, because we all emit an aura, an energetic aura. Do you ever say, oh, I don't like this person's energy? Or when this person walks into the room, you feel like when a specific person walks into a room, you feel like either the room lights up or that you shrink. That's, especially if you are an empath or an energy reader, that's you connecting or feeling their auric field. So this is the 8th chakra. And it is known as the soul star or soul purpose or whatever name you're going to find for it online. I believe there's multiple names, and some spiritual people are not content with those names. I don't really have an opinion with regards to soul purpose. I think soul purpose chakra is probably a good term. Other people refer to it as a gateway chakra, a gateway between your physical and your non-physical. Because if you understand the human existence, you will know that we are, the bigger part of us, which is the non-physical aspect of us, remains outside of us. When we balance our chakras and we do all this work to open them up and then we connect with our soul purpose chakra, what you are trying to actually do is you're trying to connect with your non-physical, the non-physical aspect of you, or your higher self, or your authentic self, or the other term for it is your soul. I know atheists, when I was an atheist, oh dear me, the things I would say about the soul. Where's the soul? Where's the soul? You can't see the soul. There's no evidence of the soul. In fact, there's a lovely atheist that I adore on Twitter. He's actually a friend of mine. But he put out a tweet at some point and he's like, prove to me that the soul exists. And I giggled and I laughed, and now, had I read that tweet before, you know, the spiritual sort of hit that I received, I would have agreed. 100% I would have agreed. But since many of us have sort of begun to connect with our authentic self, our soul, and understand our soul purpose, we know that a statement as such, I guess, the best way to describe it without being critical or negative is that you're a lazy ass. Do your work. You know, it's like, for me, it's like a bully in class that bullies other kids to do their homework. This earth, this physical existence that we are all in, and we are all in together, is not a test. It's more of a, the way I look at it is like a schooling system. And some of us excel, some people don't excel at all, some people fail completely and miserably, and some people stay stuck. So depending on how you want to go about your own life, finding the soul or finding your own soul, because you can't find someone else's soul. You kind of have to find your own soul, and no one can find it for you. That's your job. That's your task. That's your homework. That is how you excel in this school. And there's no need to judge. And if you choose not to connect with your soul, so be it. A lot of people remain grounded in 3D reality, in physicality, in their physical existence, and not interested. And that's fine as well. So your soul star chakra or your soul purpose chakra is your 8th chakra. The location of it, depending on where you read and who you are, is somewhere between 6 to 12 to even 24 inches from your crown, or your crown chakra, which is also located at the top of your head. Your soul purpose, or your soul star chakra, is the point where spiritual energy enters the body. Another term for it is your life force energy, which is also your prana. And it is why, in my own personal opinion, you tend to see a gradual shift happen in the people that clear their chakras and balance them and begin to actively connect with their soul purpose chakra. They begin to develop more compassion, and they begin to exhibit things such as divine love for everyone, including the people that, if you're not connected with your chakras and they're not balanced and you're completely engrossed in this physical reality, that you would probably hate. You would view these people as your enemies. So it is the gateway between your the physical you, the physical aspect of you, and the non-physical, the person that you have come to know yourself to be, and your higher self, your authentic self, or your soul. That's why maybe gateway is a better term to describe this chakra. Now, when we are born into this physical reality, and that is a choice that we all make, regardless if you believe it or not, you chose to be here. The reason you might shrug your shoulders or laugh hysterically at people who say such things is because we are all, when we come into existence, or when we are born into this physical reality by choice, we are born with amnesia. The amnesia that we are born in is necessary, because if you are a little child or a little baby and you are completely in remembrance, although some children tend to be more connected to spirit than adults. And as we grow and as we become engrossed in this world, in this physical reality, we forget even more. But yes, if you don't have this amnesia, if we remain in remembrance, we become overwhelmed as infants, toddlers, little children, and young adults with the incredible level of knowledge and information that we would hold while we find ourselves in this very, very high density, limited physical reality that we are all grounded in together. This amnesia is to everything that we were before we came into this physical reality, as well as to everything that we will become after we leave this physical reality. Now, having been talking about children and babies, there's something that I'd like to sort of just highlight, which is very interesting and fascinating, and I don't believe there's any evidence of it, if you're a person that seeks evidence, other than just simply observing. Babies, newborn infants, are, even though we are born with this level of amnesia, but at that stage in human development, we are more connected with this gateway chakra than we are as we age. A little baby left alone, without physical touch, will eventually find its own demise. It doesn't take much, which is why everyone, when a newborn or when you have a baby, You're constantly paying attention to it. You constantly have to feed it and change it. The level of energy you have to spend in taking care of this child is extremely high as compared to a teenager or someone in their 20s. They become more self-sufficient, and leaving them alone in their room for 2 days, they can go out and grab a bite, they can go out to the washroom, they can go out for a walk, they can handle themselves without choosing to exit through that gateway. I just wanted to bring that to your attention because it might help you understand more what it is I'm talking about, in case you're watching this video and thinking, oh dear Lord, Iman has lost her mind. When you begin working actively with not only your soul star chakra, but the rest of the chakra systems, which you will find in my channel. I did 7 videos on all of them, and I probably am going to do more. But when you begin working with your chakras, clearing them, balancing them, going through inner child work, going through shadow work, and healing your traumas, and becoming aware of these things, and finally engaging and activating your soul purpose chakra, what happens is you breach the amnesia that you were born with into this physical reality. And as such, you begin the process of remembering. Things that can happen when you begin working with your soul star chakra or your soul purpose chakra, and activating it and balancing it and using all the techniques that I'm going to talk about in this video, is you're going to begin connecting your soul, your higher self, your authentic self, with your own conscious mind, your own mind that you use to navigate this realm, this physical existence that you are currently in. The mind that you have known all of your life will begin the gateway to connect with your soul. And this, fascinatingly enough, might result in you receiving information, or as I like to call them, downloads, about things like your actual soul purpose in this life. Some people even go a little step further and begin talking about things like the Akash or the Akashic records. I don't have enough knowledge about the Akash or the Akashic records, and I really don't have any access to Akashic records of anyone, or this world. But it seems to me that some people do. I don't know how they gain that access. But if you ask them, they might tell you. And from what I've seen and what I've heard and what I've read, some say or state that it is through the activation of this chakra. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to keep it focused on you and activating it to allow you to receive information regarding why you are here in this physical reality, in this space and time. Not only that, but you might also be able to access karmic lessons, skills, talent, information, things you did in previous lives. The best way I can describe this is during the lockdowns, I suddenly found myself very drawn to things that I had zero interest in before, and I was like pulled, like it was like I had to do this. There's something here for me. Sanskrit was one of them. The learning about the chakra systems, learning a specific form of Tai Chi. I also found myself very drawn to that. So I wonder if you've noticed, if you are a spiritual person, if you've noticed at any point that things appeared, things came to you. I usually say the knowledge comes from within. Knowledge arises for you, interest, reactivation of abilities, skills from previous, I guess the term without sounding too out there is incarnations. So all of that will come to you with the activation of this gateway, which is also known as your soul purpose or your soul star chakra. The other thing you might gain access to is divine knowledge, as well as divine wisdom, and that is accompanied with the divine love. You will begin to understand, you will begin to connect with the universe, and you will begin to feel a sense of oneness with everything on this planet, be it an insect, be it an animal, be it another human being, even those human beings that drive you crazy. You're still going, your perspective is going to shift. Rather than hate and feeling of, I don't want to be around this person, I hate this person, I'm angry, you're going to have a deeper knowledge, a deeper wisdom that this person is connected to you. We are ultimately all one, and we are connected to the universe, the universe is gaining consciousness through each and every one of us. The universe is experiencing this reality through each and every one of us. And who are we to deny that? So that is the divine knowledge and the divine wisdom and the shift in perspective that you're going to find yourself experiencing. Is it a straight path forward? Absolutely not. You're going to find yourself every now and then getting pulled back into the old ways. You might even find yourself getting angry. You might feel the need to isolate yourself for a bit, just like I have been doing, and it's been a struggle to not isolate myself. Because some patterns are very deeply rooted in us human beings. And you might need to keep working with all these chakras and with this knowledge and with this understanding to gain a steady pace in your newfound understanding of this reality that we are in, which is we are spiritual beings having a human experience on this earth. So that's how your perspective is mainly going to shift. And even the mundane things that you were doing before that used to drive you nuts, like I think I said it in one of my videos, you're going to start enjoying them because your perspective is going to shift on everything. I have a little secret for you. You are here for a reason, quite the big reason, actually. And believe it or not, that reason goes beyond being born, going to school, following society's rule, getting a job that is from 9 to 5, retiring, and then dying. If you want to go beyond the mundaneness and the routineness and the way we have seemed to have gone about this life for generations upon generations, ancestors upon ancestors, then you might want to start thinking about balancing your chakras and connecting with the gateway, which is your soul purpose chakra. Imbalance in your soul purpose or soul star chakra might present itself in ways and in experiences in this life that many of us don't talk about, just live with, or maybe even go to the doctor and get on some meds for. Some of these things include feelings or the sensation that you lack a purpose in this life, detached, lack of trust in this life, in this universe, and constantly feeling like the universe and life are out to get you. You know, the feeling of anxiety as well as fear. I actually would even go beyond that and say a lot of the mental illnesses, like, you know, I went to medical school, and a lot of the mental illnesses that I studied through the DSM seem to me like nothing but, and this is how your perspective begins to shift when you connect with it. Nothing more than disconnect between the physical entity that is you, that is here, that decided to come here into this physical reality, and the bigger aspect of you. You've lost that connection. You might not even have ever gained that connection. And by the way, that connection, you can work hard on it, like we're going to discuss, and be active in connecting with your soul. Or it can happen to you without even trying. Now, it can happen when, and I'll talk about this as well, but when it does happen when you're not trying, it comes more in a different way. And we'll discuss that soon. But when it is in balance, and when you are in tune with your soul purpose, like I said, you will find purpose in this world. And even the silly little things that used to get on your nerves, you will find very, very entertaining. Your perspective does shift, and you don't really need to work to get your perspective to shift. The knowledge makes your perspective shift. It's like suddenly realizing something that you didn't know before. It shifts your perspective. It shifts the way you feel about things, and it might even shift how you navigate things. You will also find that along with that shift that comes in perspective is a shift in what is important to you, the things that you prioritize. People who remain disconnected from their soul or their higher guidance are very focused on 3D, which is fine. That's the majority of humans right now. So chasing money, chasing sex, chasing, food, our senses, the things that we can feel, taste, see. Earthly matters tend to be the priority and are of the ultimate importance. But when you're more aware and connected, the shift becomes geared towards more service of humanity. You want to help. You want to offer your services to other people. Now, don't get me wrong, money is important. But it doesn't become the priority. Your priority becomes to serve. And that is definitely connected with your soul purpose on this earth. Now let's discuss some of the ways that you can activate your soul star chakra. Meditation. I think I've talked about meditation in every video on this channel, maybe, I don't know. But meditation is definitely big, huge, where you sit down, doesn't matter how long, sit down, quiet your mind, and focus on your breathing. That remains the number one method. While meditating, another thing you can do it while meditating or you can do it on its own, is visualizing. Visualizing silver or white light coming from above and hitting you right on your crown. If you want to go even further, you can visualize it go right through you and exit through your root chakra. But that actually takes us further into the colors. The colors that are associated with your soul purpose chakra are white, light, as well as silver. Silver is lovely, and you can even wear this on your body if you're more into crystals. Now, the crystals that you can use, and you, again, when you're meditating, you can hold the crystals in your hand, you can look at them, use their energy, use them to visualize. Just simply having them definitely will assist as long as you have that intention. It's not just for fun. It's not just for show. But these crystals include selenite, clear quartz, silver, like I mentioned, as well as girl's best friend, diamonds. So yeah, if you ever want an excuse to flash around your diamond ring, that would be it. Now, with regards to the frequencies, you can look them up. There's a few of them. Which one do I have? I have 27.2 hertz. I have a set of tuning forks that I bought. And I like tuning forks. It's a thing that I have from med school. So I'm gonna activate this tuning fork so you can benefit from enjoying the 272 hertz activation frequency of the soul star chakra. And you can definitely feel free to come back to this video and just play this section whenever you want. I'm going to keep it close to the mic because I do want you to hear the vibration as well as the frequency, and it might be better to use headphones in this part of the video. So here we go. So that's with regards to the frequency. You can find this stuff if you're into Reiki, if you go to any Reiki practitioners, or if you watch Reiki YouTube videos. The actual symbols that are associated with this specific chakra, and I'm gonna get into politics for a second here, politics and religion. Because as many of you know, I'm from an Islamic background, and Islam is one of the most ruthless ideologies that are out there when it comes to consciousness and expanding your awareness. It will shut all that stuff down. But the main religion that Islam hates, detests, and indoctrinates us from a very young age to view in a very negative way is Judaism. Including hatred of Jews. So the symbol that can actually activate your soul purpose chakra, believe it or not, is the Star of David, as well as the Merkaba, if you're into that Merkaba meditation. Or you can just purchase the Star of David. You don't have to wear it on you so people don't think that you're Jewish or culturally appropriating or whatever kind of appropriating. But that definitely, if you want to hold it during meditation or if you want to use it during Reiki, that is the symbol that will help you access your, excuse me, your soul purpose. With regards to incense, white sage, and myrrh, those are the two. I love those. I actually chew on the resin of myrrh. So I think I covered the majority of the things that can help you with regards to activating your soul soul purpose chakra, let's get into the affirmations. Oh, yes, the other frequency. The other frequency other than 272 hertz is 1074 hertz. There's plenty. Some even say 1111 hertz, which is fascinating considering today is 1111. So with regards to affirmations, you can use any affirmation. You can make some up, but you can say, I transcend karma and my ego during meditation. You can also say things, I allow my soul to shine. I transcend my emotions. I am a spiritual being having a physical experience. That is all I wanted to present to you today. I hope you enjoyed my presentation about the soul star chakra. If you have any questions or requests, please type them down below. And as always, you're going to find my Patreon linked for those of you who want to connect with me for readings or channeling or any of that. Have a happy and blessed 11/11.